Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex and I would absolutely love it if you want to support me, if you want to support the channel, if you would like, share, comment, and subscribe. It helps the videos to get out there and inspires me to keep creating, and it just lets me know you like the content. Today, we are going to talk about day 63 in the Big Brother house, and this is a day where I'm going to be honest, I didn't think that we were even going to have the veto ceremony, but you know, we had a little bit more, a little continuation of all the drama. Okay, we have a new nominee, we have a veto used, and we also have a little bit of resolution, question mark, between Chelsea and Cam. So let's get into today, and we're actually going to start in the early morning / late night. We're actually just going to continue right off of the heels of the Chelsea and Cam blow up. If you weren't here yesterday, go watch yesterday's video, because in there I talked a little more in depth about it. But the long short of it is that Chelsea got fed up with seeing Cam and Chelsea cuddle, Cam and Mackenzie cuddle, sorry, because Chelsea has a crush on him. But nobody really knows that, especially not Cam or Mackenzie, I don't think, question mark. So in either event, that caused an entire blow up and Chelsea to kind of not be the happiest. So yeah, we are hot on the heels of that conversation. Chelsea obviously moved her bed to the other side of the yard, her cot, and now we come into this conversation with Chelsea, Rubina, and Tikor.
Except that for the fact that they care of the game. Yeah, agree. And the love for the game. Yeah. So you want to just have a summer to flirt. It's crazy to me. Yeah. And then get mad when you don't.
So they talk about, Chelsea literally says, look, I'd rather Quinn be here at this point. I'm tired of Cam. I feel like Cam is just using all of the women to get what he wants. And she keeps giving this argument about how Cam is using the women to get what he wants, which is just, it's just so bizarre to me, because I'm like, for what and how? Now, they talk about how Angela's here in the game and at least she wants it. And I thought that was very interesting, because if people are starting to realize, hey, Angela has a fire for this game, she is playing, she really, really wants to win this, I do wonder if that couldn't possibly be votes for her in Final 2. I don't know. As of right now, I feel like the energy has been, oh, Angela won't win because of the jury, but I don't know if minds start to shift and people start to see, wow, Angela really has a fire for this game. Hey, that could get her that 750K. Now, Chelsea claims that Cam is using her for game strategy. Tikor and Cam had a conversation and he basically said, look, I ain't got anyone to cuddle with at home, so I was just kind of doing this.
I don't have nobody to cuddle. I don't have nobody to cuddle. He said he don't got nobody to cuddle. But he said he would back off. He was basically like, he doesn't have anyone to cuddle. He won't cry me over.
I don't come back home to anybody, but he was basically telling Tikor it's not that deep, it's not all of that, but he'll back off of Mackenzie at this point, and they're just making fun of that whole thing. They do still talk about, though, how they can't stand Angela, that even though she's gotten the comp wins, her social game is still Chelsea says, look, getting Angela out in a double would be a great idea, so the whole week they don't have to hear a pity party when she is on the block. And they also talk about Leah not using the janky veto, most likely, because she would be she's mortified of being in this position where, she has to get more blood on her hands. Chelsea does talk about how she's been protecting Cam this whole game, and she feels like she's, again, it's like a slap in the face to her. And Tikor talks about how she really hasn't been protecting Cam, and he is not a priority for her. So, morning time, a few hours later, Cam and Mackenzie, they talk a little bit about the situation.
I don't know. I don't know. She was annoyed with me last night, too. Because I was like, hey, is there anything I can do? Are you okay? And she's like, obviously not, Mackenzie. And I was like, okay, well.
Okay.
So.
Cam says, look, I'm so confused on what I did. That is such a big deal. I don't understand what caused her to react like that. Mackenzie says, I don't know. She was annoyed with me too. Like, I tried to ask her what's good, and she said, nothing right now, Mackenzie. Something like that. Mackenzie says, you know, maybe she had a bad day and she just kind of went off because of it. And Cam says, it doesn't matter though. Like, you can't have a bad day and then decide that you're just going to blow up on anybody in the house. Like, that's just not fair. Mackenzie definitely agrees. Cam says, look, she was so mad at how Tucker would get mad and have these blow-ups, but yet she's doing the same thing. I was like, ooh, and ooh. Cam says, like, I didn't do anything. Like, I literally didn't do anything to her, so I'm just not sure why she had this reaction. I just found it funny that the two of them in this conversation were pretending that they didn't know why Chelsea blew up. I guess it's the unspoken thing that they want to pretend. Because it's like, right, it's like if Cam opens the can of worms, then he has to acknowledge the fact that he does not like her. Right? At the end of the day, I feel like Cam does not like her romantically. It is what it is. And if Cam acknowledges that, then it's like, it brings an awkward thing in where he has to give a response. Whereas if he like pretends that he doesn't know, right? It's like, oh, cool. I can like totally not be with her and she won't think anything. Like, you know, there can be nothing said because I have no idea. So Mackenzie and Leah also have a conversation. Mackenzie says she would likely nominate Rubina and Chemo next week. Now, they do discuss the possibility of putting up Angela and Chemo and then backdooring Rubina so one of the duo guaranteed gets out. Leah tells Mackenzie that Cam and Chelsea fighting is better for them, so just leave it, you know? Just let them fight. Hey, it takes the heat off of us. Now, Angela does have a little moment in the morning herself. You know, Angela's been crying a lot, but she cries again, you know, because they are naming stuffed animals and she names it after her grandkids, and then she starts to get emotional and she misses them.
I can't actually see.
So mine is...
Okay, what's the name?
It's actually, I'm thinking it's going to be Levi and his little brother West.
Aww.
And I can imagine how much fun he's having with him, you know?
Aww. Now that he's 4.
Now, nothing went on for almost the rest of the day. Like, nothing went on. Leah was supposed to have her competition for the janky veto, and then the veto ceremony supposedly happened right after that. It got pushed back a couple of times because of the weather, I guess. But nothing happened. And this is important because the trio that by now knew they were in danger because Leah told Tikor, hey, look, you're a renom option. They did not campaign. They did not campaign. They did not try to, pitch anything. They did not try to give not one reason why they should stay in the game. I don't know. I just found it to be very entitled behavior when, I've always said, I hate when people don't campaign. Even if you are safe, even if the HOH tells you you're safe, why are you not fighting for your game? I don't know. So, instead of campaigning, Tikor and Rubina, they made Chemo a birthday song. Okay? A little game talk finally happens.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm scared. Because people are mean.
Who's mean?
Tikor tells Rubina, I'm scared, okay? I'm scared because people are mean. Rubina's like, who's mean? Tikor's like, oh, no, well, not anyone specifically. I'm like, girl, why you put it out there? Now, Rubina says, I hope that Leah took what you said into consideration. You know, she says it would not make sense to put you up. Now, Tikor says, well, if, you know, the only reason is strictly to break us 3 up, then I guess it makes sense for her, but still a dumb decision. Rubina says, yeah, but for jury, that makes no sense. For jury votes. Tigor says that she is used to being well insulated, but she's mad because that's not the case anymore. 2 of her biggest allies have been up on the block. And I guess she's kind of implying why, like, Leah would be looking at her as such a big threat if her allies are already about to go out anyway. Like, why would she be the threat? Which, the feeds finally go down for the veto meeting in Leah's game. This was very, very late at night. And they come back to Leah not getting or not using the janky veto. Angela did take Chemo down, and Chemo is, in fact, off the block. And our 2 nominees are Tigor and Rubina. And Tigor was not happy. Tigor tasted danger for the first time, and the entitlement was like this. Now, anyways, Chelsea and Cam, they decide to talk out their problems.
You're toying with all the women to get what you want, and that bothers me, Cam.
How is scary that from my perspective, all of y'all are being as
How?
So Cam says, look, it feels like for the past 2 weeks, you guys have been coming at me, and I can't say anything. When I say something, you guys get upset. When I get in my feelings, I'm wrong. Chelsea says, look, it feels like you're toying with all of the women to get what you want. And again, she keeps saying this, and I don't know what she means. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what that really means. You know, Cam says, I just have to take it. I have to take it because if I say something, then you guys take it a certain type of way. Cam says he doesn't have anyone. Chelsea's like, but you have MJ, who you've been all over, and Leah. He says, I feel like the women have been there for each other since the beginning, and I have not had the same experience. You know, I have not really been part of any big alliances. I haven't really had that insulation that you guys have had. Cam says, I have to play the game too. Like, my experience is completely different than yours. And he's always been by himself. They talk a lot. They go back and forth. They discuss, like, rehash the game. But eventually they do get to a point where they hug it out. And it seems like they're okay. Cam even says, you're the jealous type, huh? And Chelsea denies it and says, no, I'm just looking out for you in the game sense. Now, I'm not saying Chelsea has to tell Cam she has feelings for him. I'm not. But I also don't really think it's right that Chelsea is like pretending like, oh, I'm blowing up because I thought like we were allies and you guys are doing too much and I was worried about you. When the real reason why this all started is because Chelsea's jealous. That she has a crush on Cam and he has a crush on Mackenzie. And it's like, obviously, Cam knows, right? Again, there's no way at this point Cam doesn't know. And he obviously does not like her. But I just think like it's a little weird and manipulative on Chelsea's part. She did this last week with Leah as well, pretending that like, oh, Leah's just delusional and, you know, for assuming or like acting like there's something there, you know, when that whole thing happened with Mackenzie and Cam and Leah's delusional for implying that Chelsea felt some type of way about that. And it's like, no, you did. So I just think Chelsea's being a little manipulative with various different people in the house regarding that. Meanwhile, Leah, Angela, and Mackenzie are also talking. Angela wants Tigor out, but she is not sure that the votes are there. Mackenzie agrees. Now, Leah is worried about both of them going up if Tigor stays. Angela says, look, here's my reasoning for wanting to keep Rubina versus Tigor. You know, Rubina, she's a happy-go-lucky girl. She's really happy to be here. It's clear that she wants this. While Tigor, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really get that feeling from her. I would rather give it to somebody who definitely wants to be here, somebody who shows that, than somebody where I'm not sure. Look, I adore Tigor, I adore her, but I just feel like Rubina wants it more. Angela also says, look, I think Rubina would be a very fair person as an HOH, whereas I do feel like T-Core would hold a grudge. Leah and Chelsea also have a conversation, and Leah, once again, regurgitates the same thing, that if one of the trio wins, they're going to put her up next week. They do talk a lot about how dangerous T-Core is, same kind of stuff, how if she gets to the end, no one beats her, blah, blah, blah. Leah says she did not want to put Chelsea up this week because she wanted to protect her and also win her trust. And keep this in mind, because I think as of this week, Chelsea has definitely solidified herself as one of the strongest players in this house, if not still the strongest, because it seems like everybody in this house wants to be with Chelsea. As I said at the beginning of the week, Leah had a choice of which trio she wanted to try to butter up, because she's going to need numbers. She either could have picked the T-Core, Rubina, Chemo, or Chelsea, Cam, Mackenzie, although that trio's a little shaky right now, I think. And she chose Chelsea. She chose that side. And I've said it. I feel like Leah looked at them like the popular kids. And Leah was like, I want to be with the popular kids. That's how I felt like anyway. So yeah, it's very, very clear and very obvious, but also very dangerous, because that allows Chelsea to just slide in to that final 2 seed. She also talks a little bit, Leah talks a little bit with T-Core about how their one-on-one made her feel some type of way. And yeah, they had that very awkward one-on-one the other day, and yeah. So, T-Core, Rubina, and Chemo talk, but prior to that, Chelsea also joins them. Chelsea is working them for that jury vote, because Chelsea's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry this happened. Like, I am surprised. Like, I really wasn't expecting this. She was expecting it. So Chelsea is playing the game, okay? She acting like she had no idea. Now, T-Core, Rubina, and Chemo, they have a conversation that...
What'd you say?
Everyone was talking. Like when...
Under the blankets.
That was honestly really hard for me to listen to. Let's get into it. So T-Core is obviously not taking it well. T-Core says she regrets not putting up Leah during her HOH. She also doesn't know what to say to Leah at this point. She's seemingly upset because Leah did not approach her for another conversation prior to putting her up, which I was just like, I don't know, like, what other conversation were you expecting? You guys had your one-on-one. That tends to be what it is. Everybody tends to have their one-on-one, and it's the back door for a reason, T-Core. They don't tell people ahead of time that they throwing you through the back door. Now, she says it is karma that Angela used the veto on Leah's HOH because she didn't want to get more blood on her hands. You know, Leah wanted to lay low, but because of it, now you done fired up the whole trio, and that's karma for her. They talk a lot about feeling betrayed, you know, how dare they? And remember, with the situation with Quinn, it was very, very similar where, you know, T-Core was demanding an apology for weeks, but never actually speaking to Quinn about the apology whenever he put up Rubina and Chemo. So it's the same energy. It's the same energy. Now, T-Core does not want this season to be in vain, okay? She doesn't want someone to win the typical way. And it's like, well, we're already not there. Most of the people here are atypical, late game Big Brother people, I feel like. I feel like we have a lot of non-comp beasts. We have an older woman. We have many minorities. Just to point out, this is already not a typical season. So... again, I get it, but girl, the bitter is jumping out. Now, Rubina does not respect Leah's gameplay, and T-Core says, when I'm upset, I get passive aggressive. Rubina says, well, and I'll just ignore you. I'll just pretend like you're not even there. I'll look right through you. Now, they are also very upset because apparently when Leah came out of the diary room after Noms, she was laughing really loudly, and Rubina says, I wish she just had an ounce of self-awareness. They say Leah is on borrowed time. Rubina says, look, nobody even prioritizes her. Like, look at Angela using the veto this week on chemo. Like, clearly nobody prioritizes her. This goes on for a while. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I didn't listen to the entire conversation, but I came back a little later and they were still mad. And this time they were upset because
I'm on the block and I am taking over our best friend's birthday.
It's so annoying.
Leah was decorating for Chemo's birthday. And Tikor says, how could she take over our best friend's birthday? They didn't want to go over there and decorate with Leah because they didn't want to have to collaborate with her. So they're like, we're just going to wait until she goes to sleep and then we'll get up and decorate. Tikor says, look, at some point she even says she doesn't want to go to jury if she gets evicted. She just wants to go home. Hello, Tucker. Hello, Tucker. Tucker has entered the building again. But that is where we left off. Yeah, like I said, Tikor seeing danger. She's not doing so hot. Yeah. It's not looking good for Tikor. I think, unfortunately, Tikor is going to likely be the one leaving this week. I think the votes are there. That's all I got. Anyways, if you made it to this point of the video, that means you liked the video. So I would really appreciate it if you would help me drum up engagement on the videos by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Share the videos with people in your life who like Big Brother. And also, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure the bell is on so you know when I drop these recaps daily. And make sure you are still subscribed because YouTube is on that funny stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!